Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Tayo Salam.
Always a delight to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakman.
Okay, let's get started with the show, and we're starting with this one. How can we make Nigerian women's football more competitive? That's going to be our focus on the program this morning.
Saving women's football, that's what we have called it, because it's about time we're giving all the necessary attention so that it can be admirable. Okay, let's leave Nigeria now and go to England. It's just one more win, and Leicester City will be crowned champions of the 2015-2016 English Premier League season. You know why? Tottenham lost out of a chance to beat West Brom last night, standing 1-1. So everything is pointing towards Leicester City now.
Yeah, so can they do it against Manchester United? That's the big question, because they go to Old Trafford next. You know, they get a win, they will become champions for the first time in their history. That would be a massive achievement. Anyways, let's move on now. Still on football, the UEFA Champions League is back, and tonight is the semi-final action between Manchester City and Real Madrid. Man City playing at home. In the first leg, they will be looking to gain the upper hand against the 10-time champions.
Definitely 10 times champion. 27 times they've been to this competition. 13 times they've been to the semi-final. And Manchester City are more like a rookie when it comes to the Champions League.
Yes.
But it's the UEFA Champions League, and with Manchester City having records right in front of them. You know, for them, they want to dare the untried. They haven't been to this stage before. They're there now. And come on, at this level, don't respect anyone. Just come out and be daring. Yeah, you're in the semi-finals. You don't just
you've come that close.
So
right?
why? So why just look at the trophy and go back? Give it a go.
Yes, surely they will give it a go tonight. And like I said, they're playing the first leg at home, so they have to capitalize on that. They have to exploit that, you know, and get a favorable result going into the second leg in Spain. So all the pressure is on Man City, definitely.
Big pressure.
Man City is the first time we're getting to this stage. I think they should just enjoy it. That's it. Okay, we'll talk more on the Champions League later. Of course, Gareth Bale is talking to Felipe Luis. All of them, they're all talking to ahead of the game. Now, let's talk about Rafael Nadal. Now, when he was at Barcelona Open, I mean, the last time he talked about the fact that anyone that should accuse him of the fact that he doped when he was away for close to like 7 months, then he would sue that particular individual. Right now, he has come up with this one.
Yes, it wasn't there. It just shows that he wasn't joking around when he made that particular statement. So we'll see how this pans out at the end of the day. But there's serious allegations. No player, no athlete wants to be associated with this kind of news. So you can understand where Nadal is coming from on this particular issue.
I saw you started legal proceedings against former French cabinet minister Roselyne Bachelot. For me, guys, I'm saying Nadal should relax and stay focused on his career. You know, allegations are allegations, and at the time when the news broke out about Maria Sharapova failing the dope test, a lot of people will say things. You know, we like the sort of resurgence that Rafael Nadal's career is enjoying, and that's the lady that Nadal is taking out. And
you know what?
I just want to clear my name.
What he was trying to do is that he says when it's coming from a former minister. I mean, she was Minister for Health and Sports in France from 2007 to 2010, and also social affairs until 2012. I mean, you're looking at the caliber of person it's coming up from. That's why Nadal is really angry. Look, you keep saying this, you keep saying this, you keep saying this. I think that's where it all came from, and he actually issued a warning that he was going to do it if she keeps saying it, because if it was from other individuals, he won't really take it to heart. But from the fact that it's coming from a high profile person and all that, considering the position she occupied at that time, so that's why he's really upset. He was out for someone was injured, and she says, hey, because he failed a dope test, he tested positive to a particular drug, that's the reason he stayed out for 7 months.
Yeah, it's only right Nadal fights to clear his name. There's no two ways about it. Like you said, Cecilia, the lady in question is quite high profile, from France. And if you want to consider that Nadal has dominated on the clay in Paris, I mean, 9-time champion already. So you have to understand why Nadal is taking
the Barcelona Open, the Madrid Masters, the French Open, and everything, and all that. And
so you have to understand.
Former health minister.
So you have to understand why he's taking
Bachelot was health and sports minister in 2007 to 2010, and then social affairs ministers until 2012. So Rafael Nadal has filed a case against her for defamation.
Yes.
So I'm saying, guys, let's be careful.
Yes,
Nadal may just come up.
Exactly. So we've just got to wait. Let's see how this pan out at the end of the day.
Be careful though the way you talk about Nadal and the doping allegations and all of that. But I get where it's coming from. After you've done so much in building a good name for yourself in tennis, and then people are pointing fingers towards you and all of that, and they're not doing it the right way, then it should upset you. But hey, we're saying Rafael Nadal should just take it easy, play good tennis, and keep up the good work you're doing. Because all of these are just distractions. People will say what they want to say.
Because at Indian Wells, when he was asked the question, it was like, this is going to be the last time I'll take this. After saying that, I felt, okay, no one's going to talk about it. But coming out with this lawsuit on Monday, I feel Nadal is really serious. And he talked, at that time, at the Indian Wells, talked about the fact that usually when he's injured, he had to, see out the injury, in the sense that ensure that he doesn't take some drugs that will make him to be back on time. So he doesn't even do that. So I think that's why it's really painful for him, for someone to actually doubt that he's not working hard enough. He's working so hard to actually reach this particular level, and we've seen injuries that have happened to him over the years because he's a power player, he's a left-hander. That alone, I think that's why he's really, really upset. So I think I'll support Nadal in this one. You know, athletes are actually, they are innocent until proven guilty. That's the way it is. If he has not been caught and he's not proven guilty, then I think he's clean. That's just it.
You don't need to catch you and they tell you that they want to take your samples.
That's the thing. So I mean, as long as the all your samples
at that time, they just look at Sacco. And they said this guy's form lately has been fantastic. Come around.
They've done. He said they've done so many drug tests and all that, and everything came out well. I mean, nothing was.
And for Nadal's
positive.
power play, come on, anybody would want to look towards Nadal and say, "Oh, where's he getting his energy
But check
from?"
the injury crisis that actually happened over time, and the dip in form and everything tells you that he's actually human after all.
Yeah, no one to say, of course, he's human. There's no doubt about that. And according to the public records that we have, he hasn't failed a drugs test.
So he's clean.
In his career. No, he's supposedly clean. Okay, so the woman in question, Rosalind, has come out to say what she said, and she has her reasons as well too. And Nadal is very sure he hasn't done anything wrong in terms of violating the anti-doping rules, and that's why he's going to court. And we'll see how this pans out.
Okay, so that's the update coming from lawn tennis issues out of the court. The lawn tennis is played on the court, and then these hearings will be done in the court. So it's okay, let's leave lawn tennis now. I'll talk about table tennis. Let's talk about the action. Nigeria, Egypt, Tunisia, and Algeria confirmed as flag bearers
for African Table Tennis Championship, talking about the World Junior Championships in South Africa, in Cape Town. I think this is really wonderful. Nigeria, Egypt, Tunisia, and Algeria. I think everyone just have to watch out for that one.
Yeah, surely. I mean, we saw the performance in Algiers where they really, against all odds, went, they saw and conquered. And so by virtue of that, and they've been able to qualify and to represent Africa at the World Championship in South Africa. There's not a lot to say about this one other than that the federation and the national sporting authorities have to ensure that these guys are well prepared and are ready to go represent Nigeria very well.
Esther Ribamishe, she will have another opportunity to play table tennis. She was in Urjas also. That one will serve off in November. So we have enough time now, guys. This is April. The competition is in November. Sports Ministry. So we need to start getting
Nigerian Table Tennis Federation as well.
ITTF World Junior Championship. World Junior Championship. So guys, the sort of experience our players will get from there is valuable. It's one that will be good for the future. We also saw this guy there, Amadi Ome, also did his part. There's Animasha also. So we would like to see those guys sustain the momentum. We've said good things about them. We're hoping in November we'll say better things.
Yeah, definitely. Egypt and Nigeria will compete in the boys and girls events at the tournament. While for the girls team from Algeria and the boys team from Tunisia will join the two continental sport powers in the tournament. It's going to be in November, as Austin said. And aside from the 4 countries that will represent Africa at the championship, South Africa will also be presenting boys and girls teams for the competition. Now, I talked about the continental body. I talked about the 8-man team that will constitute the African team for the 2016 World Cadets Challenge in China. And that's going to be in October 21st to 29th. So much tournaments coming from the junior category, the junior level in table tennis. So the federation, as you said, and of course the sports ministry should be ready. October, November is going to be busy for these lads. I know it's going to be after the Olympics. Don't say there's no more money and all that, but just keep small money right now for these lads to actually compete in that competition. October and November. So
I like that.
What Cecilia is saying in essence is they should sort your finances out.
Now.
Yeah, so Cecilia does not want to hear stories of we just finishing
I wouldn't want to
the
say
Olympics.
Him coming here and telling him.
He said, just remove small out of your plenty money now and just keep. It's just South Africa, you know.
Like South Africa. The other one is just China. So I mean,
it will also be good.
China is quite far.
Yeah, but let's go to the one in South Africa first because it gives us.
No, the one in China, the 8th team. I mean, if we have two Nigerian athletes, that's what I'm saying. That's two Nigerian athletes now actually being able to. They said they're going to pick 8 teams, so we don't know. Of course, Nigeria will definitely be there. Sure.
But
also, at least, just have something. Don't leave it to ATTF alone. So you can actually, bring us something for that China trip. Then we know that the one in South Africa, of course, is left for the federation and the sports ministry to actually bring a funds for that one.
Very, very important.
It's
busy calendar for table tennis in Nigeria. Important games in November, and of course the one in China. We'll keep monitoring table tennis in Nigeria and talk about it. Let's also get you busy on the show this morning. Sports this morning on Channels TV. Don't watch. Come, let us play for the love of the game. There's so much to talk about. Cecilia told you about the need to save women's football in Nigeria. After coming out of the annual general meeting, they said, look, the teams that were relegated last season should come back. That one is getting people worried, asking questions. Why would teams that are relegated come back, particularly those same teams that were having issues? So we'll take a look at women's football in Nigeria. We'll continue where we stopped yesterday. We'll keep talking about it until it gets better in Nigeria. So we want you to join the discussion. How can we make women's football in Nigeria admirable? Join the discussion this morning on Twitter or channels_sports, and on Facebook or channels-sports. You can also send an email to sportsthismorning@channelstv.com. We're getting ready for season 8 of the Channels National Kids Cup. Lagos representatives, we have already known who will represent Lagos. We're waiting for the other guys at the national level. Today, the main organizing committee, they will be having a very important meeting. They will make deliberations. They will bring out dates that we will kick off the national finals. We'll come back here to tell you about it. Season 8 of the Channels National Kids Cup. We're catching them young. We also told you that we're talking about the Nigerian Women's League. We are turbocharged for that one. We're determined to see a change happen in football, in women's football in Nigeria, and we'll keep talking about it until it is done. The NPFL, good things happening in Nigeria Professional Football League. We have been seeing good games, we've seen away victories. Now, the Spanish La Liga, they've seen the light, and they said, we want to see a partnership with Nigeria on ways to develop football. We'll talk about league football development in Nigeria this morning. The English Premier League. Oh my God, who is not talking about this fairy tale season? Leicester City, one more win and they will be crowned champions of the English Premier League. We'll talk about that one also. Table tennis, busy calendar. We're also getting ready for the Nigerian Open. The junior cadet, they are also busy. The national under 16, they will be busy. The Super 4, we're expecting in May. So much coming out of table tennis. And then, of course, the NBA playoffs. This is the real deal. Every day, these guys come out, they play basketball for that ultimate prize of who will advance from the different regions. Tayo Salama and ATTF now. Anybody can just come out of it, but we're also the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs.
Yes, until the news came. We'll talk about it later on in the show. Something very important that has happened to the Golden State Warriors.